For those who are new here, welcome. My name is Tara. I'm a professional singer based in New York City. I'm also a singing coach, singing teacher, and I have different offerings each day of the week to help make music education more accessible to the general public. Good morning. Thank you. I'm sure I will feel better. Do you ever wake up and you just kind of feel like you got hit by a bus? That's how I'm feeling today. um, I got a lot of sleep. I think my body is working through something, and that's okay. It's also a full moon today. I love the moon. I love all things witchy. We got a full moon tonight in Leo. So could be the moon that's making me feel like I got hit by a bus. Who knows? So, welcome. This is Warm Up Wednesday. I am going to walk you through how I warm up my voice as a professional singer so that you can take notes and develop your own warm up routine over time. So, if you have any questions on anything, please drop them in the chat. This time is for you. If you don't understand what I'm doing or why I'm doing something, feel free to ask questions. Since I'm not feeling too well today, I'm going to talk through the first parts of my warm up routine instead of actually perform them within for you, but feel free to do this at home. So, the first thing I want to do when I warm up is stretch. Okay. And I'm going to stay seated. I'll do a couple stretches seated. You're welcome to follow along. Excuse me. I want to talk through more of what I do though than doing it. Okay. So, the goal of the stretching is a couple things. We want to feel grounded in the lower half of our body. Okay, singing is a full experience, mind, body, soul. It's like a very holistic experience. So we want to holistically warm up as well. And for me, what this means is grounding the lower part of my body and releasing the upper part of my body so there's as little tension as possible. Now, when I say grounding, I don't mean like squeezing or pushing or pressing. Just mean that I want to feel connected to the ground. I want to make sure I'm present in the lower half of my body. In modern society, like everything we do is about our heads and our mind and think, and computer, and phone, right? So if you really want to be a good singer, it requires connection to the entire body. So let's start by grounding. If you're seated, sit towards the edge of the chair. If you're standing, try to stand up as nice and tall as you can. Wherever we are maybe closing our eyes if we feel comfortable doing it. Maybe we're gently gazing at something on the floor or the lower wall. Our vision is relaxed or our eyes are closed. Now that we've removed the visual stimulus, I'd like you to send your attention to your feet. Whether you're standing or sitting, please make sure your feet are flat on the ground. Can you feel the pinky toe edge of your foot on the ground? Can you feel your big toe mound on the ground? Can you feel your heel on the ground? Pay attention to how your feet are connecting to the ground right now. Then send that awareness up through your shins, your calves, your knees. If you're standing, you don't want to lock your knees. So go ahead and give yourself a little bounce, a little buoyancy if you're standing, so that we know we're not locking out our knees. Now we're going to send that awareness up through our quadriceps, our hamstrings, our glutes, our pelvis. Okay, if you're sitting on a chair, I want you now to pay attention to how your sit bones or your butt is connected to the chair. Okay. And if you're standing, go ahead and do some hip circles in both directions. Loosen the hips up a little bit while continuing to maintain the feeling of groundedness through your legs and feet. Okay. I can feel that I'm leaning forward a little bit seated. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my chest back. I want my chest over my pelvis, placing my hands, palms down on my thighs. This is helping me to feel more grounded. Okay. And now that we're feeling nice and grounded in the lower half of our bodies, we want to release any tension from our chest space, our shoulders, our neck, our jaws, our faces. We don't want there to be any residual tension when we sing, right? When we're gripping in our chest or our throat, we can hear that in the quality of our singing voice. So we really want to bring some relaxation to this upper part of our body when we're warming up for singing. To open up the chest, I'm going to think about expanding my rib cage 4 directions: front, back, side to side. Okay. If you're new to this kind of stretching out with the rib cage and the lungs, I'd like you to take both of your hands and place them. My thumbs are facing my back, my forefingers are facing my front, and I'm kind of gripping the sides of my rib cage. Okay. And I want everybody to take a nice deep inhale like this. And see if you can push your hands further apart, side to side. Feeling your rib cage expand right to left. Good. Now I want you to take this next inhale. Can you stretch your hands this time with your rib cage from fingertip to thumb fingertip? So trying to stretch the rib cage as you inhale, front to back. Good. Now can you combine that? Can you breathe in a way that you stretch front to back and side to side? And it's okay if you can't do it today. If this is your first time trying, no worries. Keep working at it, and eventually your body will figure out how to do it, and then it will be in your muscle memory. Okay? Cool. So now we want to open up the rib cage. So maybe clasp your hands behind your back if that's accessible to you, or you can grab opposite wrists behind your back if it's hard for you to grasp your hands behind your back. And no shame in this, right? We're all hunched over our computers and our technology all the time. So reversing that shoulder hunch can be quite intense. So make sure you're breathing as you open up the front of your chest. As you inhale, I want you to think about creating space in between each rib cage bone. We're stretching those intercostal muscles. Okay. And now let's bring our hands in front of us, and we're going to, I like to put my hands on my knees, and you're going to do like a cat spine. We're going to stretch out the back of our rib cage. Taking deep breaths, trying to expand those ribs. Coming back through the center. Now we're going to bring our arms up overhead, and we're going to do our side bodies. So leaning over to one side, expanding those rib cages. Do I have a hole in my sweater? I do. That's funny. And take it to the other direction. Make sure you're breathing deeply. Good. Now clasp those hands, bring them behind the back of your neck, chin into chest. I'm stretching the back of my neck here. Okay. Now I want to be honest that I would do this longer if I was feeling better. So I say when you're holding these stretches, anywhere from 3 to 5 deep breaths is going to be ideal. Okay, let's drop the hands and start rolling the neck side to side. One more time to the right and to the left. And then hold whichever side you're coming to right now. We're going to work on stretching out this part of the neck. Okay. If you want a deeper stretch, you can bring your hand on top of your head, or you could stretch out these fingertips. If you're sitting, you can grab the chair, back of the chair, that can help stretch deeper, or you can press the shoulder down with your hand. Breathing deeply, and then dropping the hands, nodding the head yes about 10 times with your ears still towards your shoulder, and then nodding the head no about 10 times. And if you find any sticky spots, hang out there. Once again, I definitely recommend spending more time on this than we're going to right now. Hi, Val. Okay, rolling the chin through the chest one more time to the opposite side. Now we're going to stretch the other side of the neck. So this side might be different. You don't have to do the same stuff you did on the other side, but maybe we're adding the hand on top of the head. Maybe we're stretching out the fingertips or drawing the shoulder down. Whatever works for you on this side. Breathing deeply into the neck. Good morning, Fairy House. Thank you for the heart me. Dropping the hands and nodding the head yes 10 times, and nodding the head no 10 times with your ears still towards your shoulder. If there's any sticky spots you need to hang out and go ahead and do that. Okay. Start massaging out the jaw. Maybe you found some sticky spots in your neck or shoulders. You'd like to do a little self-massage. Okay. I like to get behind the ears, the back of the jaw, right? Your top jaw actually ends all the way up here near your temples. So I like to do this too. You'll be surprised at what a release you feel. There's kind of like a little divot here in your head, in your skull. And if you press your fingers into that, it's a nice upper jaw massage. It can be quite tender, so be gentle with yourself, please. Okay, I like to tap out my forehead and my sinus cavity, especially since I'm not feeling great today. This feels really nice. Okay. Do a little bit along the jawline, maybe down the sides of the neck, back of the neck. I really like to get that spot where the back of the skull meets the spine. That can get really tight back there. Anything that feels juicy or feels tender, go ahead and spend some more time there. Give it some love. All right. And when we're landing, we're going to land at the jaw where the upper jaw meets the lower jaw right here. Okay. We're going to massage that out a little bit. And then we're going to bring the heel of our hands to that little space where the jaws meet and separate. Okay. And we're going to let the jaw relax and run your hands down your jaw. Okay. If you don't look silly, you're not doing it right. 2 more times. I like to make that low kind of rumbly noise while I do it. One, it's really good for your nervous system and your vagus nerve. And 2, we're warming up our voices. So it's my very first vocal warm-up. Okay. Stretching the jaw a little bit. Stretch the tongue a little bit. Good morning. Have you done your tongue stretches yet today? Side to side. I'm tongue-tied, so my tongue doesn't go very far. You do what works for you. Okay? Cool. So the next step after we stretch for our vocal warm-ups is that we are going to do, oh, hi, Uki, nice to see you this morning. The next step is breathing, okay? There is a couple breathing exercises I really like. So let's start with, hi, Dina. Let's start with a box breath, okay? This is also very good for the nervous system. It's going to help us stretch out our rib cage and just generally be prepared for singing and deep breathing, which is what we want, okay? So once again, ground yourself, feel your feet on the floor, close your eyes if you feel comfortable or invite a soft gaze. And we're going to do a count of 4, and then we'll work up to 5, or maybe you'll even work up to 6 at home on your own, okay? You do not need to follow my count. You can do the count that works best for you. But if you're brand new to this type of breathing, you might want to follow my count just so you don't get lost in the sauce, okay? We're going to inhale through the nose for 4. Then we're going to hold the inhale in our bodies for 4 counts. Then we're going to slowly exhale through our mouths for 4 counts. And then we're going to hold out the exhale. Okay, so that means no breathing. We just exhaled, hold the exhale. This can be activating for some people. So if holding out the exhale does not work for you, that's okay. Skip it. Go straight back to the inhale, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to build on this. I'm going to show you one box breath without holding the exhale, so that if the holding the exhale doesn't work for you, you know what it looks like to skip it, okay? And then the second one, I'm going to add in holding the exhale. You do what's right for your own body, okay? So let's collectively take an exhale together and in through the nose for 1. Hold the breath in. Exhale through the mouth for 4. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold the exhale. Good. Return to your natural breath for a moment. Check in with how you're feeling. Did holding the exhale work for you or not? Decide right now. Am I going to hold the exhale or am I not? Okay. And we're going to continue. I'm going to guide you through 3 more rounds. Okay. 1 more round of 4, 2 rounds of 5. And you're going to do what's best for you at home with that holding the exhale. Okay. Here we go. Exhale everything out. Inhale for 1. Hold. Exhale. Hold the exhale or skip it. Moving on to 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the exhale or skip it and go straight to the inhale. 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. Deepest inhale you've taken all day. No count. Just inhale, inhale, inhale. Stretch your lungs. Stretch that rib cage as wide as you can. Hold that breath. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And now we're going to take the slowest exhale we've ever taken through the mouth. Make it as long as you can. And when you're finished at the bottom of your exhale, return to your natural breathing. How do you feel? Box breathing is good for stretching the lungs. It's also very good for the nervous system. Cool. That's the only breath work I'm going to offer for today because I'm not feeling so hot. But there are many more breath works that we will do in the future. So feel free to catch me on a different voice lesson day for more breathing techniques. Definitely stretched. I love it. Love it. Thank you, everybody, for all the likes. If you haven't yet, go ahead and double tap that screen. We're at 1.5K. Woohoo! I love that I can like my own lives. It's fantastic. Okay. So let's do a little bit of warming up. So now what I would usually do here, if you're taking notes, is I would do some sirens, either lip trill sirens or regular type sirens. I don't feel well enough to do them right now, but I'll do a little baby one. So you know what I'm talking about. It goes like, okay, but you want to start from the lowest part of your range and you want to go to the highest part of your range. The caveat is you don't want to push yourself. We haven't actually warmed up yet, right? So you want to start as low as you can comfortably and you want to go as high as you can comfortably. Warm-ups, friends, this is super important. If you take nothing away from this session, please take this away from the session. Warm-ups are not a contest. It is not about how high you go. It is not about how low you go. It is not about how perfect you sound. The point of warm-ups is to warm up. It is not even to sound good. A lot of times when you do warm-ups, you intentionally want to sound bad or go too far in one direction in order to help your muscle memory remember a technique, right? Warm-ups are tools. You're never going to warm up on stage at Carnegie Hall. So please keep that in mind as you warm up and let yourself sound like trash. Let it happen. If you let yourself sound bad, you're going to figure out ways to work around it. If you don't let yourself sound bad, you're never going to improve. We cannot expect perfection when we're learning how to sing. And we definitely don't want to encourage any sort of perfection when we're warming up. This is exactly where you're supposed to get the phlegm out, move the stuff around, crack your voice, like let it all happen, embrace it all, love it all. Let your voice do all the things that it needs to do. Okay? So we just did some sirens at home and now we're going to do some humming. Sometimes humming doesn't feel good on a cold voice. So if humming doesn't feel good for you today, I want you to try an ooh, okay? Here's another thing about warm-ups. There is no steadfast rule, okay? If I tell you to hum something and it doesn't feel good and you want to do it on an ooh, do it on an ooh. You know what you're feeling inside your own body. I do not, okay? So this exercise is just a 5-tone scale. That didn't feel very good for me right now, so maybe I'll try. Singing actually doesn't feel good for me at all today, so I'm not going to do it. But you can do it at home. I will play for you all, and you can warm up. Tarzan and Jane, I love it. All right, here we go. Maybe an ah feels better, or an e. You do what feels good for your voice. And if I go out of your range, if I play too high for your singing voice or too low for your singing voice, drop out and come back in when you're ready. Excuse me. Surprised I can get up there right now. How are y'all doing at home? We'll do one more and then we'll head back down. Now we're gonna go down. So this is called descending because we're going from high to low. When we're going from low to high, that's called ascending, right? Think about it like you're climbing up the stairs, you're ascending. And now we're coming back down the stairs. It's important to warm up your voice in both directions. I think a lot of times we only go up and we don't warm our voice back down. And we need to learn to navigate our voices in both directions. So it's really important to do both ways. Two more. Actually, I'll keep going. We might have some lower voices working with us. This is where I would stop if it was me for my singing range. This is the low end of my voice, but maybe you sing lower than I do. I'm curious if anybody is singing this low. Do we have any low voices in the house? Last one. Okay. So far me, awesome. Love it. I'm trying it. Yeah. It's awesome. I have a couple female voice students who are contraltos, which is like a sub alto. It's like below an alto range. Like this really deep, beautiful low notes. They can sing even lower than that. I have two very low alto students. Super fun. I'm so impressed because I can't sing that well. My voice doesn't work that way. So I love watching other people do it. I think it's so cool. All right. If you were here for Music Theory Monday or Ear Training Tuesday this week, we spent a lot of time working on triads. And if you weren't here for either of those, no worries. They are uploaded to my YouTube channel, which is the same handle. I'm live on YouTube and on TikTok right now. Hello, TikTok. Hello, YouTube. So I have a playlist on my YouTube channel, Music Theory Mondays, Ear Training Tuesdays. So thank you for the 2025s. You can go to my YouTube and you can watch any of the lives. Yay! You can watch any of the lives that you missed. So you can also download at my link tree. You can join my email list. There's a little button there. Hey, goal achieved. Thank you, Fairy House. I appreciate you. Oh, I totally just lost my train of thought. Yes. Okay, here we go. So also in my bio is my link tree or on my main profile page. And if you click in that, the first button is that you can join my email list. And if you join my email list, you'll immediately get a free PDF that explains to you the music theory of how to build a triad so that you can, oh, no apologies necessary. Thank you, though. So that you can ear train at home and learn this music theory at home. Okay, so go ahead and join my email list if that appeals to you, and you'll get that free PDF. It also, the instructions are very thorough. So if you don't know how to play a piano, it'll teach you how to support yourself with digital online keyboard piano. Okay, there's even a hyperlink to it. All right. So with all of that triad speak, that was in order to support this next warm-up, in which we're going to be singing triads, because since we worked on them in Music Theory Monday and Ear Training Tuesday this week, I want to reinforce what a triad sounds like. This is something that if you want to learn how to sing vocal harmonies, you're really going to want to internalize the triad. So we're going to do a major triad on the way up, ascending from low to high. And on the way down, we're going to sing minor triads, going descending from high to low. This way your ear starts to get used to both versions of the triads. A major one sounds like this, and a minor one sounds like this. Okay, major, minor, major. And so this past Monday and Tuesday, we worked with minor chords, and last week we worked with major chords. So if you want to go back and catch either of those Music Theory Mondays or Ear Training Tuesdays on YouTube, this upcoming week we're going to be working on inversions, which is when we take the triads and we flip them on their heads. We put them in different organizations. Okay. The warm-up that we're going to do right now sounds like this, though. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Now I'm using numbers because I want you to become familiar with the numbers in a triad. We have a low, which is the 1, a middle, which is the 3, a high, which is the 5, middle, which is the 3, and a low, which is the 1. But if it doesn't feel good on your voice, since we're not very warmed up, to sing numbers, try an ooh or a vowel sound. There is no wrong words here. Ooh, 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Continue. I'm not going to. My little voice is tired today. She needs rest. Okay, we're going to start going down. Now remember, we're switching to minor chords. So here's the major chord we just sang, major triad. Now we're going to sing minor triad. I'm going to sing it for you so you know what it sounds like. But I'm going to sing it down the octave because I'm not warmed up yet. So we have 1, flat 3, 5, flat 3, 1. Is it annoying to say flat 3? It sure is. But once again, I want you to internalize the music theory piece of it as well. So you can sing 1, flat 3, 5, flat 3, 1. If that really doesn't work for you, go ahead and use an ooh or another vowel sound that does work for you, okay? 1, flat 3, 5, flat 3, 1. 1, flat 3, 5, flat 3, 1. guess feeling a little under the weather made my voice a lot lower. So you might notice that too. You're going to notice that as you start singing more regularly that some days you have higher notes, some days you have lower notes. It could feel really different inside of your singing voice each time that you sing, right? Having a singing voice it's inside your body. It's an instrument that is inside of your body. And so it is subject to how your body is feeling. Okay, so we have to, a lot of the times, be pretty patient with ourselves and our singing voices. All right, we're going to do one more warm up today. And this one is super fun. There's some lyrics to this one. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in the comments, both on YouTube and TikTok. So just give me a second to type these in. I am the bear and I am the moon owl. Okay. And we're going to work on singing octaves. Okay. Here it comes over on TikTok. Comment. Vocal exercise. I am the bear and I am the moon owl. This is appropriate for a full moon day. Okay. There it is. And I'm going to pin it so you guys don't lose it. Okay. All right. And this exercise is super fun. It sounds like this. I am the bear and I am the moon owl. So we're on the same pitch the entire exercise, except the word moon. We pop up to the octave and then we pop back down the octave for owl. So this is going to work on vocal dexterity, vocal agility, and pitch accuracy for a full octave, okay? So once again, that sounds like, I am the bear and I am the moon owl. I am the bear and I am the moon owl. I am the bear and I am the moon owl. I am the bear and I am the moon owl. I am the bear and I am the moon owl. I am the bear and I am the moon owl. I am the bear and I am the moon owl. I am the bear and I am the moon owl. I am the bear and I am the moon owl. That might be it for me today. Keep going. As long as it's comfortable in your singing voice. I am the bear and I am the moon owl. Do you see how I was out of tune? Am I judging myself? Nope. It's warm-ups. We don't judge ourselves when we warm up. We just let our voices warm up. Back down. I am the bear and I am the moon owl. I am the bear and I am the moon owl. I am the bear and I am the moon owl. I am the bear and I am the moon owl. I am bear and I am the moon. Last one. I am the bear and I am the moon. Feel free to keep going lower if you'd like to. You can keep singing that exercise, descending in half steps. I just got very fatigued, so I think it's time for me to sign off for today. But thank you for hanging out with me. This is Warm Up Wednesday. Tomorrow, as long as I'm feeling better, so please, it comes with that caveat. I have my free voice lesson Thursdays tomorrow at 12 p.m. noon Eastern time. Okay. You can sign up for them on my TikTok profile here. If you click live event, boop, all my live events that I'm hosting will pop up and you can pre-register. Tomorrow's topic for free voice lessons is finding your own voice. So if you feel like you've had trouble finding what is an authentic singing voice to you, right? Because there's so much noise from other singers, and humans are very good at mimicry. And then this session is for you. And then Friday's session frequency Friday is at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And this is confidence building. This is nervous system regulation. This is community based. This is sharing our fears and supporting each other. This is us coming together and understanding that imposter syndrome can get anyone at any time, regardless of your skill level. So it's like a kind of like a support circle in which we can share some of our challenges and we can crowdsource different techniques that work for different people, so we can find new tools for our toolkit. Last week, we worked a little bit with internal family systems, which is a therapy technique that I use in therapy with my therapist quite often. If you're interested in learning more about internal family systems, there's a book in my TikTok shop showcase called No Bad Parts. And the forward is by Alanis Morissette. She uses this technique. And it's a really cool way to get to know yourself really well and get to know all the different parts inside of yourself really well, and learn how to communicate with yourself. It's really amazing, some of the things that you can uncover using this technique. So Music Theory Monday next week and Ear Training Tuesday will be focused on inversions, okay? Those haven't been scheduled yet, but they will be in the next day or two, so keep your eye on my schedule. If anybody is open to sending me a tip, there is also a button in my link tree where you can click on it and a document will pop up with my Venmo, my Cash App, my Zelle, my PayPal, all the things. For those of you who have sent me a tip, thank you so very much. It's deeply appreciated. Even $1 helps me keep this content free and able to share it with the wider community. So you can also support me simply by just liking, following, sharing. I'm on TikTok and I'm on YouTube. My YouTube channel is fairly new. So if you're with me over here on TikTok and you haven't subscribed to my YouTube yet, that's a big help. I really appreciate it. And you can also catch the replay of all of these live sessions over on my YouTube. All right. So thank you everybody for hanging out. Does anybody have any questions before I go about any of the vocal warm-ups that we just did or why we did that? Thank you, Val. I think I'll feel better soon too. I don't have a ton to do today. All of my work is teaching from home. So hopefully I'll be able to rest and I'll be feeling much more like myself tomorrow. I just got over something. I don't want to get sick again. What's happening? I did have to take the train yesterday though in New York City. And I feel like every time I take the train, it's like you're gambling with getting sick. I even wear a mask. I wash my hands. Like I'm very intense about trying to stay healthy when I'm on public transit, but sometimes it gets you anyway. Yes, I am going to take some extra vitamins today for sure. I've got C. I've got D. Do I have NAC? I think I'm out of NAC. I have oil of oregano, though. That usually knocks stuff right out of me. All right, my loves. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope to see you tomorrow for Free Voice Lesson Thursday. Yes, when in public in general, you put yourself in risk for illness for sure, especially walking down the streets of Manhattan where you're like in a giant group of people. I also got stuck in between like a class, right? Like I was trying to cross, I think it was Fifth Ave, and I'm waiting on the corner, and all of a sudden a huge school group comes up and surrounds me, and I'm like, help me. I'm buried in the children. Children definitely carry those cold germs for sure. So, and I didn't have a mask on at that point because I was walking outside. I was like, they're going to get me, the kids. Hopefully they didn't, though. Hopefully it's just a one-day thing and my body will fight it and we'll be good to go. Gargle with salt water. Oh, I should do that. I'll do that right now. Thank you for the tip. I have one of those Navage nasal irrigation things too. I used to use a neti pot. I loved the neti pot. No shade against the neti pot, but the Navage is next level amazing. All my singer friends turned me on to it, and I definitely recommend it. What warm-ups do you recommend before attempting whistle note practice? Tallulah, you want to make sure that you're super warmed up and up into the higher end of your range. So I would just thoroughly warm up. I would say you want to probably warm up for 20 minutes before you attempt those. You want to make sure that everything is warm and has as much elasticity as possible. So really gently, slowly over like 20 minutes, just stretch your higher range. And I would do like vocal agility warm-ups, agility, and I think like the bear and the moon owl is probably a good one. Like I can't do that up there right now. Things like that, where like you're spanning an entire octave and you're really getting all those notes in there so that you're like very thoroughly warmed up. Cool. All right, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. Free voice lesson is at 12 p.m. noon. We're working on finding our own voices. I am in Eastern time zone. If you want to pre-register on YouTube or on TikTok for the event tomorrow, it will show up in your own time zone, and the platform will remind you when I'm live. I've done this exercise before, the EA. It's a pretty popular one in chorus classes. Is it bringing back some memories? I love that one. I do 3 different versions of that exercise. So if you're new to it, there's a baby version. Okay. And if you're if you know it, then the medium version is and if you're a pro, this is why they call it the spicy version. Right? Any of those exercises where we're jumping up a full octave and then coming down on every pitch in between is really going to help our pitch articulation. It's going to help with developing your registers and being able to move through your different registers of your voice. So those are really good ones to like thoroughly warmed up. Thank you, Tallulah. I hope to feel better too. I appreciate it. I used to have a vocal coach 8 years ago, but sadly I haven't been singing in the past 3 years yet. Val, you've been showing up here though all week, so you're singing again. That's great. That's fantastic. So I hope that you're enjoying it and that you slowly kind of defrost your singing voice and welcome it back. Yeah. Thank you for hanging out with me, friends. My name is Tara. I'm a professional singer in New York City, as well as a music teacher, vocal coach, voice teacher, yoga instructor. You know, us musicians, we're hustlers. Our resume is 9 million identifiers long. So thank you for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you tomorrow for Free Voice Lesson Thursday. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.